Mga migs, good day to all of you. In this video, we are going to discuss time or term of compound interest. This is another topic of the subject mathematics of investment. Now, let's have the derivation of time or term of compound interest. So, let us consider the compound interest formula given below. So we have here F equals P times the quantity 1 plus I over M. This quantity is raised to T. So our I here is the nominal rate, that is the amount agreed for 1 year, but we divide this one by M because uh, we want to know the actual or the effective rate of the investment because in most cases there are more conversion periods in a year. So we have to solve for T, the time or term of the compound interest we have. So we divide both sides of this equation by P. So we get F over P equals the quantity 1 plus I over M raised to T. So what we have here, we interchange, we bring the term at the left to the right and the term or the quantity at the right, we have it at the left. That is because we want to have the usual way of reading from unknown equated, no? Reading the unknown equated to the desired equivalent. So here, our unknown is t, so that's why we place it at the left side. And the equality still holds because uh, exchanging those terms at the right to the left on to the left to the right does not have any effect to the equation. So the equation still holds. Now get the logarithm in both sides of the equation. So we will have the logarithm of this quantity raised to t, and at the right side you have the logarithm of f over t. Then applying one of the properties of logarithm, that if you are going to get the logarithm of a power, that will become the power times the logarithm of this quantity. So T is the logarithm power of the quantity, but it's going to be a factor. So T times the logarithm of this quantity equals the logarithm of F over T. Since our goal is to get the T, so we have to divide both sides by the logarithm of this quantity 1 plus I over M. So this is now the formula of time or term of a compound interest. So that's the derivation of the compound interest in terms of time or term. Now let's have an illustration. How long would it take 320,000 to earn 4,500 at an interest rate of 12,000 compounded monthly? Monthly. So in our solution, we have to show first what we understood from the given. So we see that the present value is 320,000 and the compounded value or the future amount is 324,000 because this 320,000 earns 4,500. So that becomes 324,500. And the total number of conversion periods, we have 12. So this is just good for 1 year. Then our nominal rate here is 12% or 0.12. Now using the formula, T equals the logarithm of the compound or the future amount, 324,500 divided by 320,000, this one. Then we replace I by 0.12. That is the nominal rate, but we have to divide that one by the number of conversion periods in a year, which is 12 because compounded monthly. Then the quotient of 324,500 divided by 320,000 is 1.014065. And 1.12 divided by 12 plus 1, you get 1.01. So you have to take the logarithm of the numerator, this is this number, and the logarithm denominator, which is 1.01. So you get T equals 1.403 years. So this is the number of or the time that the money, the 320,000 earns 4,500 at 12% compounded monthly. Now, in the next illustration, we have here how long in terms of years, months, and days will a certain amount double itself at 7.75% compounded annually. So it's now clear that there's a single conversion in a year. So there's a single conversion in a year. So let us assume that our P is equal to 1 and our F is equal to 2. That is because the problem states that the amount double, the amount doubles itself. So if the present value is 1, so the compounded value is 2. And then our nominal rate, which is 7.75%, that is equivalent to 0.0775, and our M is equal to 1. Again, using the formula, all we have to do is substitute them. Then this 2 divided by 1, that is 2. Then 0.0775 divided by 12 plus 1, you get 1.0775. Again, taking the logarithm of 2 divided by the logarithm of 1.0775, we have 0.301023. Then at the denominator, we have 0.032417. And their quotient is equal to 9.29 years. But we are asked to give the number of years, months, and days. So for sure, we have 9 years. Then you have to multiply 12 by 0.29 to get the number of months. And then if there's still a decimal, you use that one to multiply it with 30. Just the ordinary number of days, not the exact days. So you have 9 years, 3 months, and 14 days. Next, illustration. On March 22, 2009, Miss Soki had 850,000 pesos on a time deposit, which earns 6.50% compounded quarterly. She plans to put up a grocery business with the amount already reached 1 million pesos. On what date will the fund be available? Okay, so it's about knowing the date, the amount, the present value becomes 1 million pesos. And we are given the date of the time deposit, which is March 22, 2009. So let's have our solution. Again, the present value is 850,000 and the future amount is 1 million. And that is good for a nominal rate of 0.065. And there are 4 conversion periods in a year because compounded quarterly. Then we are asked to again determine the date this 1 million pesos is available. So we have to use the formula. We have to use the formula. Let's have the substitution. Okay, so 1 million divided by 850,000. Then at the denominator, you have 0.065 divided by 4. Okay, then for the numerator, you have the logarithm of 1.1764705882352. Then for the denominator, this one, the result is 1.01625. So getting the logarithm at the numerator and the logarithm of the denominator, then get their quotient, you have 2.52 years. Okay, so the money was time deposited on March 22, 2009. So we have to take note that we have 2 years. Then multiply 12 months by 0.52, that is 6 months. And then if there's a decimal of the product, you multiply it by 30. So we have here, the time is 2 years, 6 months, and 7 days. So this will be on September 29, 2011. 2011. So you can count that one. So 2009 to 2010, 2010 to 2011. But 6 months, so you have to count it uh, from the date of the what's this of the time deposit. So if you are going to see that one in a calendar or do the calculation, that is September 29, 20. Thank you for watching.